to Outrageous Stories with the Angry Ninja, and ever so often, a special guest. Alright, let's have our first outrageous story on this new podcast. I'm super excited. This one I'm flying solo. I do plan on bringing in other people because even as a ninja, there's only so many stories one person can tell, and I'm looking forward to bringing other people on to tell their outrageous stories. So if you have a story you want to tell, by all means, listen to the end of the podcast, get our email and Twitter or whatever, send us a message, and become a guest on the show. Not a big deal. As long as you have an amazing outrageous story, I'm excited. So this is going to be a story about the first time I ever threw up from drinking. Now, I come from an amazing genetic breed that only really good at two things, and drinking's one of them, and the other one's being funny. And usually when we're drinking, we think we're even more funny. So I've never gotten sick from drinking, and I have gotten so drunk that I couldn't function. I passed out, had a hangover the next day, and never got sick. Like my 21st birthday, we started drinking at noon, and I stopped drinking when I finally passed out at 5 a.m. the next day, and didn't throw up. But it was all decent quality alcohol. I mean, it wasn't like woohoo $100 top shelf, but it was okay. It was decent. And that leads to the problem. Have you guys ever heard of Have a Nice Day Cafe? If you live in Louisville, Kentucky, and you're a certain age, you know the Have a Nice Day Cafe. It was not the world's most VIP of establishments. It wasn't a hole-in-the-wall bar either. Affordable college student hangout. We'll go with that. And horribly designed bar. So, big old bar, right? Tables on one side, raised platform, dance floor with guardrails so you could, lean over drunk. And then on the opposite side of that, that's where the bathrooms are. This is important for later. Now, I showed up late to the party. Happens sometimes. Not everybody gets there at the same time. Wasn't driving. Get there late. And everybody's giving me grief because they've already been drinking. And they're like, you have been drinking, therefore you are a pussy. And so, don't be a pussy. And I'm like, that's cool. And I was running a little fun, so I'm like, I'm going to work this to my advantage. I said, that's cool. You think I can't hang, so I'll drink whatever you buy. I'm like, that's going to get me plenty of drinks, and I'm not going to spend any more money. No, it wasn't. I did not know what they were doing that night. It was something called Dollar Wells whiskey. Now, if they're ever selling you whiskey for $1 a shot or $1 a drink, don't. Just don't. Like, this is stuff you could use to take paint off a wall. It is not great. And I, to this day, don't really know what it is. I think I found one that matches it, but I'm not sure. But they pulled out this 1 gallon jug. I say jug, because it was just bad. And all I had on the picture on it was a picture of a rooster. So there was a writing, and it was just cock whiskey is all it was. It's apparently made somewhere in Kentucky or Tennessee. I don't know where it's made. The place should be burned to the ground. And sure enough, all my cheap-ass friends, Dollar Wells, here you go, $1. And I got a shot of it, took one shot, and it tasted worse than gasoline, burnt worse than gasoline, and numbed my mouth pretty quick, which was nice because the flavor was, whew. And the minute the first shot hit my stomach, it gurgled. I've never had that happen from drinking before, but again, stuff so raw and barely processed, my stomach kind of went numb fairly quickly. And so I drank a lot because I opened up my big mouth and said, I'll drink whatever you buy. Like 5 people, and that was it. It was over. So everybody's drinking. They're getting drunk, but not like me. I'm pretty much hammered at this point, and I'm leaning up against this little post. I'm going, I'm drunk, but I can still walk, so I'm good. kind of nice, and wow, my stomach don't feel so good. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating. That's not alcohol sweat. Oh crap. Okay, so I'm gonna be sick. And I'm there thinking, well, I'm gonna walk to the bathroom, and I'm looking and raised platform dance floor with guardrails, so I gotta walk all the way around that, and literally just U-shape to get into this bathroom. I'm like, okay, well, I can still walk. I'm good, so I walk. I'm fine. I can still walk a straight line. I don't know if I could like put my one foot in front of the other, but I passively walk to the bathroom, and I walk into the bathroom, and 2:00 in the morning, nightclub, not the greatest club. Not a lot of good things have happened in this bathroom since it opened. And I look at one stall and go, nope. I look at the other stall, nope. Look at the urinals at one point, how desperate I was. I'm like, oh, that's not happening either. I'm like, okay, there's going to be a big trash can somewhere. I can Somebody beat me to the trash can. So I look, oh, there's the sink. I'm like, all right, well, let's go splash some cold water in my face. So I walk over to the sink, turn on the cold water, splash in my face. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold this back. I'm good. I do not want to puke this stuff up. It hurts so much going down. I can only imagine what is going to be coming up. And anybody who's been in this position already knows, it doesn't know, no matter how great your intentions are, how wonderful a person you think you've been, how awesome you know you were in your past lives, no matter how much you beg to God or Satan or anyone else, you're done. If you've already reached the point where you're in the bathroom holding on to something, you're not holding it back. And I didn't. And what I did to that poor sink was the travesty of justice. Luckily, apparently the bar was pretty smart. They had an extra wide hole in the bottom. They were prepared for this. They had put larger pipes in their sinks. Smart on their part. Serving dollar wells, cock whiskey, mother. Anyway, so I get thoroughly sick and wipe my face. And it's bad when another drunk guy gets a paper towel for you and hands you, like, here, man, you need this. All right. So I want to make it very clear at this point in my life, in this decision that I made, I said to myself, I'm no longer having fun. This was the shittiest day. I'm going home. I don't want to be here anymore. So I wipe myself off, clean up. Luckily, no splashback, so outfit's still looking fresh. Not that I'm picking anything up, because I probably look like death. I look like death. But I'm done. I'm going home. I don't want to be here anymore. Wasn't having that much, I'm out. So I walk out of the bathroom. Walk. Mind you, I don't have to be carried. I didn't pass out. I didn't follow. I walk. And as soon as I step out of the door, bouncer grabs my left arm and says, you're out of here. I'm like, you're right. I have had no problem with this scenario in any way, shape, or form. I'm out of here. I just need to go get my ride. I had a ride. I had a designated driver. It was my brother's actually who called somebody to pick us up, but whatever. I need to go get my peoples. I was like, I just need to walk over here and let my brother know and my friends, and I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm good. No problem. And he goes, no, you're out now. And starts to drag me towards the door. Now, again, platform, dance floor, right? And it's about, 10 foot from where I was at to the edge of the dance floor. Gives us a little shade, right? So we get about 10 foot. And I try to explain to him, look, you can walk over with me. I just need to get my people. I don't want to be here anymore. And he's pretty much made it very clear he's not going to let me go. So he wasn't as big as me, so I'm a rather large fellow. And so I stopped moving, and he kind of jerks against me and stops. So I'm like, look, dude, I just need to get my peoples. I'll leave. I don't want to be here. You can walk with me. And by that time, another bouncer grabs my right arm and looks at one of his problem and goes, you won't leave. I'm like, yes, I will. I just need to get my peoples. And before that guy even had a chance to hear me, they start to drag me. Now, at this point, square dance for platform race, right? We get all the way to the edge. Now, I've made two decisions in this walk. One, I'm going to try to explain my case to the new guy because maybe he's just not getting it because he was only listening to the bouncer. Two, if they don't, I'm going to hurt the first one because he's really the problem. I have no illusions of grandeur. Even as a ninja, there were quite a few bouncers in this bar. I was going to lose. But my goal at that point wasn't to win. I was going to make sure wherever hospital I got sent to, because I got the crap beat out of me, this dude was going to be in the bed next to me just as hurt. That was my only goal in life. So we get to the edge, and I'm still bigger than both these dudes together. Like, whatever. They had the numbers, but I had the size. And I stop them both. And I turn to the new guy and said, look, I just need to go get my people. Y'all can walk over with me. I did the smart thing. I have a driver. I just have to go get them to let them know we have to leave. That's it. Just let me walk over there. You can walk with me. You don't even have to let go. And the second guy looked like for 1 second, he was going to be like, reasonable. Like, oh, you just want to go get your people. Okay. And the first guy says, nope, you're getting out. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to jail tonight. So I took, and I went to shove the second guy off because he didn't have that great of a grip. I don't know what he was trying. And right as I got my arm free and I was going to return, God bless my nosy brother. Just bless him. Because, of course, as soon as one big dude stops two bouncers, everybody's huddling around these two guys, right? And my brother comes and goes, dude, what's up? What's wrong? I'm like, I got to sit in the bathroom. I got to go. You go get our friends and stuff and meet me out front. My brother goes, yeah, no problem. And takes off. And I kind of looked at the first guy and go, see? I'll go now. And the guy looks at me and goes, you weren't joking. I'm like, no. And how hard would it have been for your dumb ass just to walk over there with me? And hey, you guys had the numbers. If for some reason I tried to lie and I got over there and there was nobody there, you still could have drugged me out. Like, what advantage would have walking an extra 20 feet served me? You almost literally got your testicles removed. That was my first move. I was going to grab his testicles in a tiger claw and rip off everything I could. Because you didn't want to let me walk 15 feet with you hanging on my arm if you wanted to. I mean, I know I'm good looking, but if you need arm candy that bad, okay, I was drunk enough probably. She's $20, it's $20. But that was your plan. That was that guy just wanted to fight, and I was perfectly willing to. But luckily, my nosy brother, kind of actually nosiness, saved the day. So thank you, Ninja Bro. I appreciate it for saving the day. And advice to everyone, I would say don't go there anymore. No longer exist. Don't drink Dollar Whale's whiskey. It's never worth it. Second, if you're a bouncer, don't always try to go for the fight. Seriously, like, let you all go. Get the person. You know, there was another incident where we were at a strip club, and a person who remained nameless, and I won't even identify them as who they were, got really drunk. And it was a bad part. He'd been drinking a lot. And we were getting kicked out of the strip club because he touched the girl. Now, that is expressly against the rule. In this person's defense, they did technically touch the girl, but it wasn't with their hand. Like, it was just a topless strip club. It wasn't bottomless. So they weren't even allowed to do full contact lap dances. This kind of dance in front of you while you're in a chair. And the girl was dancing in front of him, and she kind of was shaking her butt at him. And at that exact moment, when the alcohol hit that boy the hardest, and he passed out. And he so much didn't touch her as his nose face planted into her butthole, because he just passed out and landed in her butt. The girl wasn't even that mad because she was kind of laughing because dude passed out, and he kind of came to and moved back, and bouncers are like, gotta go, you're out of here. But I was sober. I was a sober person that day, and I saw the bouncers coming, and I saw them looking, and I'm like, okay. I got up. I said, I'm with him. He's completely drunk. I can get him out the door. No problems. Just, you can come with me. Just let me talk to him and get him out. That way there's no real problems. And the bouncer goes, cool, we don't want to fight nobody anyway. We'll go to, and the bouncers walked with me. I talked to homie, got homie up. We got homie out the front door. No problems. Problem solved. Good. Everything was great. Yeah. So except for the dude was so drunk when the girl asked him if he wanted to dance, he said, yeah. He honestly forgot he was in a strip club and would have to pay for it. That's. And you walk up to somebody who's so drunk they pass out your butthole. You really expect them to remember they're supposed to pay? No. All right, guys. So that is one outrageous story for the day. Actually, that's almost two outrageous stories. I burnt through two. That's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be another day. I hope you guys enjoy that. We got a taste of things to come. All the stories I'm going to be drinking. Obviously, I have outrageous stories that don't involve drinking. So there's that. And if you have one, by all means, hit me up on email, hit me up on Twitter, and share your outrageous story with me. Everybody have a wonderful night. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's all part of the Ninja Podcast Network with all the shows featuring Ask the Angry Ninja Show, Not a Kid's Game, presented by the Angry Ninja, which is our D&D podcast, the Ninja News and Politics Show, Sports Talk with the Ninja and J-Mo, and our newest podcast, Outrageous Stories with the Ninja, featuring occasional special guests. Great shows, great stuff. If you want to reach any of us, you can go at asktheangryninja@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter @cman2342. You can get us on Facebook on the Ask the Angry Ninja Show Facebook page. Any of those places, if you want to support us, we appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/worstjokes. And if you join high enough tier, you'll get a free gift. And we just appreciate any support and feedback. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll holler at you later.